Hello dear students, so today we are again here with the last topic of this chapter number 1, the leaf. So we have already studied the structure, types of leaves, arrangement of leaves, venations and functions of leaves. And in the functions of leaves we have studied that they will perform three major functions, that is photosynthesis, gaseous exchange and transpiration. But sometimes in some plants, though they are doing their main function of doing manufacturing of food or transpiration and everything, some of the leaves will get modified to perform some special functions. So today we will study that how these leaves will get modified to perform some different functions in addition to those three main functions. So now let's start that what kind of modification we can see in the leaves. So different plant species will modify their leaves according to their requirement, and here we will study four different kinds of modification in leaves. That is, sometimes the leaves will get convert into the tendrils, and the second modification is leaves will convert into spines. Third, leaves will convert into scaly leaves, and fourth, leaves will convert into some trapping devices in insectivorous plants. So one by one we will discuss all. First one is leaves into the tendrils. You all have seen climbers which are having very weak stems. So sometimes in some of the climbers, the leaves will get modified into a very thin structure, thin thread-like coiled structure, and this thread-like coiled structure is called as tendril. And this tendril will then stretch out and it will twine around a suitable object to provide support to the weak stems. And you can see such kind of tendrils in pea plant, in grapevine and in many other kinds of climbers. So here the leaves will get converted into the tendrils to provide support to the weak stem of the climber. Now the next type of modification is leaves will get converted into the spines. So in some of the xerophytes, leaves will get modified into spines. These pointed structures you can see in the xerophytes, these all are the spines. So we have seen such kind of spines in many xerophytic cactus plant, and even you have seen such kind of structure in aloe vera, which is very commonly seen in our houses. So why they converted their leaves into spines? Because on the leaves we all know that stomatas are present, and through the stomatas the water will get evaporated and the loss of water will happen. But in the xerophytic condition there is only already there is a scarcity of water, and they don't want that the water from their body should get out or should get lost. So what they will do, they will convert their leaves into spines to reduce that loss of water through transpiration, and in addition to that those spines will also protect them from the grazing animals. So this kind of modification of leaves into spines you can see in cactus and Mexican poppies and opuntia. There are many examples. Next is leaves into scaly leaves. So in some of the plants, this very good example of that conversion of leaves into scaly leaves is onion. You all have seen onion at your home. So in the onion, when you will cut it, you will see a bud-like structure in the middle portion. So here these all are the portion which we will eat, that fleshy and foody material which we eat, that all are the leaves. So in onion, these leaves will get modified into that scaly leaves for the protection of that inner bud, and they will store the food and water for that bud. But in some cases they may be very thin and dry or thick or fleshy. So they are thick and fleshy in case of onion, and they are thin and dry in case of ginger. Next modification is that leaves will get converted into some trapping devices in insectivorous plants. Some of the plants are carnivorous in nature, means generally all the plants will manufacture their food on their own and they don't need any food from the outside. But in some cases, some of the plant will switch on their carnivorous mode. Carnivorous mode का मतलब क्या है? Now they will feed on some insects. And now these plants are called as insectivorous plants. ये ऐसे plants हैं जो कुछ छोटे छोटे insects को खाते हैं. And for trapping those insects, what they will do, they will convert some of their leaves into some trapping devices. कुछ leaves को वो ऐसा convert कर देंगे जिससे कि वो insect को आराम से trap कर सके, पकड़ सके. So for this, here we are having three different kinds of example of insectivorous plants. First one is pitcher plant. In pitcher plants, the leaves are modified into a container or a pitcher. सुराही जिसे कहते हैं pitcher, वैसा pitcher का मतलब होता है सुराही. So here the leaves will get convert into a pitcher-like structure with a lid. So जब यहाँ पे insect आके बैठता है, so ये insect जैसे यहाँ बैठेगा, lid close हो जाएगा और insect इसके अंदर आ जाएगा. यहाँ पे वो insect को digest करके they will eat that insect. So in the pitcher plant, these are the modified leaves which will get convert into the pitcher to trap the insects. Now the next example is Venus flytrap. Here the edges का मतलब क्या होता है? Margin. The edges of the leaves are having long pointed hair, and then ये जो midrib है, it will act as a hinge. So पहले ये लीफ ओपन रहती है और जब इसके अंदर ये इंसेक्ट आके जैसे ही बैठता है, so from those pointed hair it will get closed and then it will the leaf will snap shut, and then the leaf will secrete some juices onto the insect and then it will digest that particular insect. Now the next is bladder. Bladder का मतलब होता है kind of थैली को हम बोलते हैं bladder. So bladder wort plants में क्या होता है? They are highly segmented और यहाँ पे ये क्या होता है? Tiny bladder like structure में convert हो जाती है और यहाँ पे भी क्या है? Trapdoor insect होता है. So again insect जैसे ही आता है वो उसके अंदर enter होता है और उसके बाद में वो door close हो जाता है और एक बार इसमें enter होने के बाद जो insect है वो वापस बाहर नहीं निकल सकता. So they will get trapped inside and then they will get digested. So these are some of the different kinds of modification we can see in different plant species that will perform some different function with their common function of photosynthesis and transpiration and gases exchange. Now our next topic is vegetative propagation by leaves. What is the meaning of vegetative propagation? The word propagation means production. मीन्स अगर नए प्लांट्स बनाने हैं तो हम उसको बोलेंगे प्रोपगेट करना, प्रोपगेशन करना. सो दैट प्रोडक्शन ऑफ न्यू प्लांट विद द वेजिटेटिव पार्ट ऑफ द प्लांट इज कॉल्ड वेजिटेटिव प्रोपगेशन. वेजिटेटिव पार्ट हम किसे कहते हैं? जनरली वी ऑल नो दैट इफ वी वांट टू ग्रो अ न्यू प्लांट वी ऑल नीड सीड्स. सीड्स के मदद से ही हम क्या करते हैं? नए प्लांट्स ग्रो करते हैं. एंड दीज सीड्स विल बी प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय द fruits and fruits will be produced by the flowers. So flowers जो है वो मेन सेक्सुअल ऑर्गन है जो कि सीड्स प्रोड्यूस करते हैं और उससे नए प्लांट जनरेट होते हैं. बट इन वेजिटेटिव प्रोपगेशन इट विल बी डन बाय वेजिटेटिव पार्ट. वेजिटेटिव पार्ट किसे कहते हैं? ऑल द पार्ट्स ऑफ द प्लांट एक्सेप्ट फ्लावर्स. मतलब ये जो सीड्स, फ्रूट्स और फ्लावर्स हैं जो कन्वर्जन होने के बाद बन गए हैं, इनको अवॉइड कर दिया जाए तो पीछे क्या बचता है? लीव्स, रूट एंड स्टेम्स. दे ऑल आर द वेजिटेटिव पार्ट ऑफ द प्लांट्स. सो अगर हम किसी वेजिटेटिव पार्ट ऑफ प्लांट को यूज करके नए प्लांट्स का प्रोडक्शन कर रहे हैं सो उसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? वेजिटेटिव प्रोपगेशन. एंड वी कैन सी सच काइंड ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन और प्रोपगेशन इन नेचर ऑल्सो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन ब्रायोफाइलम. सो that kind of vegetative propagation will be seen in some plants which will not produce seeds. All the plants will not produce seeds. So जो seeds produce नहीं करते हैं या जिनके seeds produce हो जाते हैं but germinate नहीं कर पाते किसी और कारण से, hard coating के कारण से, then they will switch on their vegetative propagation mode और अब उनका vegetative part जो है means either the root or stem or leaves, they will do that reproduction or propagation by the help of their vegetative part. So example is bryophyllum. On the bryophyllum, at the margins, they are having adventitious buds, and these birds will remain dormant for their whole life. But under the favorable condition, when that leaf will fall on the ground, और उसको अगर favorable condition means that moisture, sunlight, water और सब कुछ अगर उसको मिलता है, then on the margins जो ये buds हैं, now these buds will develop into small plantlets. And finally these small plantlets will get separated from that mother leaf and will grow into an independent plant. So by this means bryophyllum is increasing its number by doing vegetative propagation with the help of leaves. So with this, our chapter is over here, and your today's assignment is to go through the full chapter, try to understand each and every line of your chapter, and learn the concept map given in your book on page number 8, and learn all the different examples of different types. Thank you so much.